Ladies and gentlemen, there's something powerful about a comeback. A story that starts with struggle, with failure, with adversity, but ends with triumph, growth, and success. We've all been there, haven't we? We've all faced moments where we thought we couldn't go on. Times when we were knocked down, when the weight of the world seemed to press against our chest, and we were tempted to just throw in the towel. But let me tell you something, those moments, the ones where you feel broken, defeated, and lost, those are not the moments that define you. What defines you is what you do next. What defines you is the decision to get back up, to keep going when every part of you wants to quit. What defines you is your resilience, your determination, your fight. The world doesn't give you anything. It doesn't hand you victory on a silver platter. It doesn't wait for you to be ready. Life isn't fair, it's not kind, and it's definitely not easy. But here's the truth, it doesn't matter how many times you fall down. What matters is how many times you rise back up. If you're breathing, if you're still here, if you've got a heartbeat, you've got a chance. And that's all you need, because the comeback isn't just about getting back to where you were before. It's about moving forward stronger, wiser, and better than you were before. We all have setbacks. We all have struggles. But what separates those who succeed from those who don't is the ability to keep pushing, to keep fighting, to keep working even when it seems like the whole world is against you. I want you to understand something today. You're going to face challenges. You're going to face days where it feels like you've given everything, but it still isn't enough. You're going to have people doubt you, question you, criticize you. But listen, that's just noise. The real question is, do you believe in yourself? Do you believe you can turn it around? Do you believe that even in your darkest moments, there's still light ahead? A comeback doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen with a single step or a single decision. It's a journey, a long and often grueling process. But you can make it through. I've seen it in others, I've felt it myself. The road to success is rarely a straight line. There are hills and valleys, twists and turns. But if you stay on the path, if you keep your eyes on the goal, you will make it. You know, it's easy to get discouraged. It's easy to look at the challenges ahead and think, I can't do this. I'm not strong enough. I'm not good enough. But I want to tell you something. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you realize. And I know that because I've seen it in countless others. I've seen people who were broken, who were at the lowest point in their lives, rise from the ashes like a phoenix. The greatest stories ever told aren't about the ones who succeeded without struggle. They're about the ones who rose from failure, the ones who refused to stay down, the ones who fought, and the ones who persevered. What makes a great comeback isn't just about talent or luck. It's about mindset. It's about saying, I'm not going to let this define me. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to outwork, outlast, and outsmart whatever is in my way. You see, the battle isn't won in the moment of struggle. It's won in the quiet moments when no one is watching. It's won in the small decisions you make every day, even when it feels like nothing is changing. Every setback, every failure, every disappointment, it's all part of the journey. It's all part of your growth. So don't shy away from the hard times. Don't run from the struggle. Embrace it. Because that's where the lessons are learned. That's where the strength is built. I know that some of you are going through things right now that seem impossible to overcome. Maybe you've lost a job. Maybe you've lost a loved one. Maybe you're fighting an illness or dealing with a broken heart. But let me remind you of this. No storm lasts forever. No night is so dark that the sun won't rise again. And even if it doesn't feel like it, you're not alone. There are people who have been where you are, who have faced what you're facing, and they've made it through, and you can too. The comeback starts with your mindset. It starts with a decision. A decision to stop being a victim, to stop allowing your circumstances to control you. A decision to take responsibility for your own life, for your own future. You have the power to change your story. You have the power to turn things around. But you have to take action. You have to be willing to put in the work. You have to be willing to push through when it seems like nothing is happening. Because let me tell you, progress is rarely linear. It's like planting a seed in the ground. You can't see the roots growing. You can't see the progress happening beneath the surface, but trust me, something is happening. So you keep working. You keep showing up. You keep believing, even when it's hard. Because in time, the results will show. In time, the success will come. But it will only come if you keep moving forward, one step at a time. When you're in the middle of the struggle, it's easy to forget why you're doing it. It's easy to lose sight of your goals, your dreams, your vision for the future. But don't forget, don't give up. Your dreams are worth fighting for. Your future is worth building. No matter where you are in your life, no matter how far you fall, and it's not too late to make a change. It's not too late to rewrite your story. The comeback is always possible as long as you're still breathing, as long as you're still willing to fight. It's going to take time. It's going to take effort. It's going to take sacrifices. But it will be worth it. You have greatness within you. You have untapped potential. And I believe that you have what it takes to make the greatest comeback of your life. The key is not to look at the setbacks as defeats. They are not failures. They are lessons. They are stepping stones to something greater. You're not defined by your past. You're not defined by your mistakes. You are defined by your ability to rise. You are defined by your ability to adapt, to learn, to grow. And most importantly, you are defined by your ability to never quit. So no matter what you're going through right now, remember this, the comeback is real. The comeback is possible. And the comeback starts with you. It doesn't matter how many times you fall. What matters is how many times you get back up. Keep your head up. Keep your heart strong. And never stop believing in yourself. Because your comeback, it's already in the works. Keep going, keep fighting, keep dreaming. The best is yet to come. A true comeback is defined not by how many times we fall, but by our ability to rise every time we face adversity. Resilience is the key to overcoming obstacles and pushing through challenges, no matter how difficult they seem. A successful comeback starts with a strong mindset. Believing in yourself and in your ability to change your circumstances is essential. It's about choosing to not be a victim of your circumstances, but to take control of your future. Struggles and setbacks are part of the journey. Instead of avoiding them, embrace them as opportunities for growth. Failures are not defeats, but lessons that shape and strengthen us for the future. Success doesn't happen overnight. The comeback is built on consistent effort, showing up every day and continuing to work toward your goals, even when results are not immediately visible. Progress is often unseen but real. No matter where you are in life, it's never too late to turn things around. Your comeback is possible as long as you keep moving forward, even when things are tough. The key is to never quit and to always believe in your potential for growth and success. Resilience and perseverance are two of the most important qualities that can guide us through the toughest moments in life. They are not just traits, but a mindset, a way of thinking that enables us to overcome challenges, to endure hardship, and to continue moving forward despite the obstacles in our path. Life doesn't always go as planned. Sometimes it feels like the world is against us, that every step we take forward is met with 2 steps back. It's easy in those moments to feel defeated, to feel like the effort we're putting in is not worth it, or worse, that it's all futile. But the truth is, it is these very moments of struggle that define who we are. They determine whether we give up or whether we press on. Resilience is what keeps us going when we feel like giving up, and perseverance is the fuel that drives us to keep moving, even when the road seems impossibly long. The essence of resilience lies in its ability to help us bounce back from adversity. It's not about avoiding challenges or pretending that they don't exist. It's about how we respond when life tests us. In fact, resilience isn't something that comes naturally or is simply a trait we are born with. It is something we cultivate over time, a muscle that grows stronger the more we exercise it. When we face hardship and push through it, we build resilience. Each time we encounter difficulty and rise above it, we not only learn more about ourselves, but we also develop a greater capacity to handle whatever comes our way next. It's easy to be resilient when things are going well. The true test of resilience comes when we are faced with moments of extreme difficulty. Whether it's the loss of a loved one, the end of a relationship, a career setback, or even something as mundane as failing at a task we worked hard on, these moments challenge us to our core. They force us to confront our weaknesses, our vulnerabilities, and our insecurities. It's in these moments, however, that we discover the depth of our strength, the fortitude we never knew we had. Resilience is about embracing those challenges, not as something to fear, but as opportunities to grow. It's about refusing to let adversity define us or break us. Instead, we define our adversity and use it as a stepping stone to something greater. But resilience alone isn't enough. It's one thing to bounce back from hardship. It's another to keep going after you've recovered. That's where perseverance comes into play. Perseverance is the long game. It's the act of continuing to move forward, even after the initial rush of energy has faded, even after the excitement of the journey has worn off, and even when the reward seems distant and out of reach. Perseverance is what turns a short-term success into long-term achievement. It's about understanding that results take time, and that sometimes the most significant breakthroughs happen after we've reached the point where we feel like we've exhausted all of our resources. It's the unwavering commitment to your goals, regardless of how long it takes or how many obstacles stand in your way. Think about any great success story, whether it's in business, sports, or personal life. Almost always there is a story of perseverance behind it. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who had it easy or never failed. They are the ones who, despite the challenges, kept going when everyone else had given up. They didn't let setbacks define them. Instead, they used those setbacks to fuel their determination. They understood that the road to success is never a straight path, but a winding, difficult journey that requires persistence, patience, and a steadfast belief in themselves. Resilience and perseverance are interconnected. One cannot exist without the other. Resilience is what allows us to get back on our feet after we fall. But perseverance is what keeps us moving forward. Together, they form the backbone of any successful journey. We all face moments of doubt and uncertainty. There are times when it feels like the world is against us, when we feel like we're running in circles or stuck in place. But these moments are not the end. They're simply the part of the process where we grow. If we choose to persevere, to keep moving, to keep putting in the effort, despite the setbacks, we will eventually break through. Every failure, every fall, and every setback is just another lesson on the path to success. And every time we rise, we become stronger, more capable, and more resilient. Perseverance is about maintaining belief in the face of uncertainty. It's about refusing to let failure define you, refusing to let it dictate the course of your future. Failure is not the opposite of success, it is a part of it. The most successful people in the world have all faced failure. They have all been knocked down, but they got back up. They understood that the key to success is not avoiding failure, but learning how to deal with it, how to rise above it, and how to use it as fuel for the next attempt. The true measure of success is not how many times you win, but how many times you stand up and keep going after you lose. Perseverance requires patience. It requires us to trust the process, to understand that some things take time to come to fruition. This is often the hardest part of the journey, waiting, staying focused, and working when the results aren't immediate. In a world that values instant gratification, we have forgotten that some of the best things in life take time. Building a successful career, creating lasting relationships, mastering a skill, none of these things happen overnight. They require dedication, practice, and above all, perseverance. It's easy to give up when we don't see immediate results. But true success comes to those who keep going, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Because progress isn't always visible, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. Resilience and perseverance are also about knowing when to push and when to rest. Too often we think that pushing ourselves constantly is the only way to succeed. But sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is take a step back, recharge, and refocus. It's about listening to yourself and knowing when you need to slow down to come back stronger. Resting doesn't mean giving up. It means taking the time to reset so that when you do push forward again, you have the energy and the clarity to succeed. Resilience is not about never stopping. It's about bouncing back when you do stop and knowing that rest is part of the process. Perseverance doesn't mean grinding endlessly. It means staying committed to the goal, even if it means pacing yourself along the way. At the core of resilience and perseverance is a deep belief in the power of the human spirit. No matter how many times life knocks us down, no matter how many failures we encounter, we have the capacity to get back up. It's not about avoiding hardship, it's about learning how to face it with grace, strength, and resolve. It's about trusting that every challenge is shaping us into who we're meant to become. The journey is hard. There's no denying that. But the reward, the growth, the strength, the success that comes from facing adversity is worth every step. Resilience and perseverance are the foundation of that reward. So keep going, keep fighting, keep believing. Because in the end, it's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you rise stronger and more determined than before. Mindset and belief are often the unseen forces that guide us through life's most challenging moments. They shape not only how we view the world, but also how we navigate our circumstances and pursue our dreams. The mind is a powerful tool capable of either empowering us or holding us back, depending on how we choose to use it. It can create barriers or open doors, determine our success or failure, and ultimately dictate the course of our lives. That's why understanding the power of mindset and belief is crucial to achieving anything meaningful in life. Your mindset is the lens through which you see the world. It's the internal filter that influences how you interpret situations, people, and opportunities. A person with a growth mindset believes that their abilities and intelligence can be developed with effort, learning, and persistence. They see challenges as opportunities to grow and failure as a necessary step on the path to success. On the other hand, someone with a fixed mindset believes that their qualities are static and unchangeable. They view setbacks as signs of personal inadequacy and may shy away from challenges altogether. The difference between these two mindsets can be the deciding factor between success and stagnation. Belief is the foundation upon which all action is built. Without belief in yourself, in your abilities, and in your potential, it's nearly impossible to take the necessary steps toward achieving anything. Belief gives you the confidence to pursue your dreams, even when the road ahead is unclear or when others may doubt you. It serves as the fuel that propels you forward when faced with obstacles, failures, or setbacks. When you believe in yourself, the world around you begins to reflect that confidence, and opportunities that once seemed out of reach become attainable. Without belief, however, even the most capable person can fall short, because self-doubt can undermine their efforts before they even begin. The beauty of belief is that it is malleable. It is not a fixed trait, but something that can be cultivated and nurtured over time. Belief begins with the simple decision to trust yourself. It starts when you stop listening to the negative voices in your head or the discouraging words of others and choose to believe in your ability to succeed, regardless of past failures or perceived limitations. This belief doesn't mean that you expect everything to be easy or that you think success will come overnight. Belief is not about the absence of doubt, but rather the willingness to move forward despite doubt. When you hold on to belief, you are essentially telling yourself, I may not have all the answers yet, but I trust in my ability to figure it out. That mindset shift, that willingness to take a leap even when you don't have certainty, is where true growth begins. Your mindset shapes your decisions and actions. If you approach life with a mindset of possibility, you're more likely to take risks, embrace challenges, and keep going even when things get tough. On the other hand, if you have a mindset that sees obstacles as insurmountable, you're more likely to give up when faced with adversity. The way you think about challenges can either make them seem like insurmountable mountains or like stepping stones on the way to your destination. The key is not to be afraid of the challenge, but to view it as an opportunity to learn, grow, and get better. One of the most important aspects of developing a growth mindset is to embrace the concept of effort. People with a growth mindset believe that effort is the key to success. They understand that no one is born an expert and that mastery comes through continuous learning and practice. When faced with challenges, they do not see themselves as failing, they see themselves as learning. This perspective allows them to push through difficulties and setbacks without losing faith in their abilities. People with a fixed mindset, on the other hand, may be discouraged by failure because they see it as a reflection of their own inadequacy. Their belief is tied to the idea that if they don't succeed easily, then they must not be good enough. This is where belief comes in, because belief in your ability to improve, to grow, and to learn is what fuels perseverance. The truth is, everyone faces setbacks, but it's how you respond to them that matters most. If you view setbacks as permanent or indicative of your inability, you'll likely stop trying after a while. However, if you see setbacks as temporary roadblocks on the path to something greater, your belief will encourage you to keep pushing forward. The most successful people in the world are not those who never failed, but those who use failure as a stepping stone and learn from it. Belief also plays a crucial role in building resilience. When you believe that you can handle challenges, that you have the strength and capacity to overcome adversity, you're more likely to bounce back from difficult situations. In times of struggle, belief gives you the strength to keep moving forward even when everything around you is chaotic. It's easy to lose faith when life throws curveballs, but belief can ground you and remind you that you are capable of weathering any storm. With the right mindset, you can transform any setback into an opportunity for growth, and any failure into a lesson that propels you closer to your goal. The power of mindset is not just about your individual success, it also affects how you interact with the world around you. A positive, growth-oriented mindset attracts positive energy. When you believe in your own potential, you start to see opportunities where others might see only obstacles. You become more open to collaboration, more receptive to new ideas, and more willing to take calculated risks. Your belief in yourself influences how others perceive you as well. People are drawn to those who have confidence in their abilities and who believe in their vision. Belief is magnetic. It attracts the right people, the right circumstances, and the right opportunities. But this belief doesn't happen overnight. It is a lifelong process, one that requires consistent effort and reflection. Each day you have the opportunity to strengthen your belief in yourself, to reinforce your mindset through the choices you make and the actions you take. It starts with small steps. It starts with doing the things that scare you, even if you don't feel ready. It starts with taking on challenges that stretch your abilities and then looking at them not as threats, but as chances to grow. The more you practice this, the more you'll reinforce your belief in your own potential. Over time, you'll find that you no longer see challenges as insurmountable, but as opportunities for growth. And the more you embrace this mindset, the more it becomes ingrained in your daily life. It's also important to note that your mindset and belief are not something you can control in every single moment. Life happens, and sometimes the circumstances are difficult. You'll face moments of doubt, moments when your belief will waver, and moments when you feel defeated. But this is part of the process. The key is not to expect perfection, but to develop the resilience to bounce back when your mindset falters. It's about not letting those moments of weakness define you. It's about choosing to come back stronger and more determined. Your mindset is ultimately the key to your success in life. It shapes how you respond to challenges, how you pursue your dreams, and how you deal with failure. Belief in yourself and your ability to learn, grow, and overcome obstacles is what pushes you toward your goals. It's what helps you keep going when the path seems unclear, when others doubt you, and when you're faced with setbacks. When you believe in yourself, you unlock an immense power to shape your life and your future. With the right mindset and unwavering belief in your potential, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Struggle and failure are two of the most universal experiences that bind all people together. Regardless of age, background, or circumstances, everyone will encounter moments of difficulty, moments of hardship that seem impossible to overcome. What defines us is not the absence of struggle or failure, but how we respond to them. The truth is, both struggle and failure are not enemies to be avoided at all costs. They are the very forces that shape our character, our strength, and our resilience. Embracing struggle and failure is not a sign of weakness, but rather a powerful acknowledgement that we are human. And it is through these very experiences that we grow and evolve. Struggle is often perceived as something to fear, something that causes pain and discomfort. But struggle is a vital part of life's natural process. It is in the midst of struggle that we are forced to confront our limitations and push beyond them. It is through struggle that we discover who we truly are, because when everything is easy, we don't learn much about ourselves. Struggle reveals the strength within us that we may not even know exists until we are tested. It is in these moments of challenge that we find our capacity for endurance, for perseverance, and for patience. The human spirit, when faced with difficulty, has an incredible capacity to adapt, to fight, and to thrive. But we can only experience that strength if we allow ourselves to face the struggle head-on instead of running away from it. Struggle teaches us the value of effort and the importance of resilience. In a world that increasingly prioritizes quick results and immediate rewards, we sometimes forget that real success is not achieved through shortcuts, but through hard work and persistence. When we face struggles, whether personal, professional, or emotional, we are reminded that the path to mastery, to fulfillment, and to true achievement is not linear. It requires sustained effort, the ability to get up every time we fall, and the determination to continue even when success seems distant. Struggle is not a signal to stop, but a signal to push forward. It is a reminder that we are on the right path, that we are learning, evolving, and growing. In the midst of struggle, we may feel like giving up. The road can feel long, the obstacles insurmountable, and the weight of it all too much to bear. But it is precisely in these moments of doubt that our potential is most evident. Struggle demands that we tap into reserves of strength we never knew we had. It forces us to dig deep, to look within ourselves for the courage and determination to keep moving forward. When faced with adversity, we have a choice: we can succumb to it or we can rise above it. Embracing struggle means refusing to be defeated, no matter how hard it gets. It's about recognizing that pain and difficulty are not the end of the road, but a part of the journey. They are the catalysts that fuel our growth. Failure, too, is a powerful force in shaping who we become. Failure is often seen as the opposite of success, something to be avoided at all costs. But failure is not a final destination. It is merely a stepping stone on the path to success. Failure is not the end of the story. It is part of the narrative. The most successful people in history have all faced failure. They have all experienced setbacks, disappointments, and defeats. The difference between those who ultimately succeed and those who do not is how they respond to failure. Successful people do not let failure define them. Instead, they see it as a necessary part of the process, a learning experience that brings them one step closer to their goal. When we fail, it can be easy to fall into the trap of self-doubt. We question our abilities, our worth, and our potential. We may feel like we are not good enough or that we will never succeed. But this mindset is toxic, and it prevents us from learning from our failures. Failure is not a reflection of our value as individuals. It is simply a reflection of a process that didn't work, a strategy that didn't produce the desired results. It is a chance to reassess, to pivot, to try again. The key is to not let failure be the end of the road, but to let it be a lesson, a stepping stone toward improvement. When we embrace failure, we allow ourselves to grow, to evolve, and to become better versions of ourselves. One of the most important lessons we can learn from failure is that it is not final. Failure does not define us. What defines us is how we choose to respond to failure. Do we let it defeat us, or do we use it as motivation to keep going? Failure is not an indicator that we are not capable. It simply means that we have encountered a challenge that requires us to rethink our approach, to learn new skills, or to grow in new ways. Every failure contains the seeds of future success. It is through failure that we learn to be more creative, more resourceful, and more adaptable. Without failure, we would never learn what doesn't work, and without that knowledge, we could never move forward with true wisdom. Embracing failure means understanding that mistakes are part of the learning process. It's not about avoiding failure, but about learning to fail forward. When we fail forward, we don't dwell on the defeat. Instead, we analyze what happened, extract the lessons, and use them to fuel our next attempt. This mindset shifts our perspective on failure from something to fear to something to embrace. Failure is a valuable teacher, offering insights that success cannot provide. When we fail, we are given the opportunity to build resilience, to cultivate humility, and to deepen our understanding of ourselves and our goals. It's important to remember that success is rarely a straight line. The path to achieving our goals is often winding, filled with unexpected turns, obstacles, and setbacks. The road to success is paved with failure, and every time we fail, we get closer to the person we need to become in order to succeed. Embracing struggle and failure is not about seeking out hardship for the sake of hardship, but about recognizing that these experiences are integral to the process of growth. They teach us resilience, patience, and the ability to adapt. The more we embrace failure, the more we develop the mindset necessary to keep moving forward in the face of adversity. When we talk about embracing struggle, it is not about seeking suffering for its own sake, but understanding that the struggle is a part of life's journey. The challenges we face push us to become better, stronger, and more capable. Every obstacle we encounter is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to develop a deeper understanding of who we are. Struggle forces us to confront our weaknesses, but it also gives us the chance to turn those weaknesses into strengths. It teaches us that we are capable of more than we realize and that we have the strength to overcome even the toughest of circumstances. The beauty of embracing struggle and failure is that they are not permanent. The struggle you face today is temporary, and it is in your power to change your circumstances. The key is not to be discouraged by setbacks or difficulties, but to see them as a part of the process, as stepping stones toward your ultimate goal. Each time you face failure or struggle, you are given a chance to grow, to adapt, and to improve. Embracing these experiences means acknowledging that growth comes through discomfort, and success is built on a foundation of persistence, effort, and resilience. In the end, struggle and failure are not things to fear, they are things to embrace. They are not obstacles to our success, they are the very things that prepare us for success. Without struggle, there is no growth. Without failure, there is no learning. If we can shift our mindset and learn to embrace struggle and failure as part of the process, we will not only become more resilient, but we will also unlock the potential to achieve more than we ever thought possible. Every struggle you face, every failure you encounter brings you closer to the person you are meant to become, and every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your dreams. Continuous effort and action are the driving forces behind all meaningful achievements. They are the consistent, persistent steps taken day after day, even when the results are not immediately visible. It is the commitment to keep going, even when challenges arise, even when setbacks occur, and even when the path seems unclear. Success does not come from one grand gesture, one big leap forward, or a single moment of inspiration. It comes from the willingness to take continuous, deliberate action, day in and day out. Every successful person has one thing in common: they never stop moving forward. They understand that the journey to success is a marathon, not a sprint. And they are prepared to put in the necessary effort to reach their goals, no matter how long it takes. Action is the bridge between dreams and reality. It's easy to talk about goals, to make plans, and to dream of success. But without action, those dreams remain just that, dreams. It's the action that transforms those dreams into something tangible, something real. Continuous action doesn't mean taking one big leap and hoping that everything works out. It means taking consistent, purposeful steps toward your goal, even when those steps feel small, even when they seem insignificant in the grand scheme of things. The key is to keep moving, to keep putting in the work, and to trust that each small step contributes to the larger picture. Progress may be slow, but if you stay committed to the process, you will eventually see the results of your efforts. Many people give up before they have a chance to see the fruits of their labor because they expect immediate results. In a world of instant gratification, it can be difficult to accept that success takes time and that the work required to achieve something meaningful is often hard, repetitive, and at times even thankless. The key to sustaining continuous effort is understanding that true success doesn't happen overnight. It's not about hitting a home run with every effort. It's about consistently putting in the work, even when the results are not yet visible. It's about showing up every day, doing your best, and trusting that the compound effect of consistent effort will eventually lead you to your destination. Whether you're working toward a personal goal, a career milestone, or a dream, success is the result of your daily actions. Action is also what allows us to build momentum. At first, the work might feel slow and the progress minimal. But the more you continue to take action, the more you start to build momentum. The earlier steps may seem insignificant, but over time, they compound into something much larger. Action creates a cycle of motivation. Once you begin taking steps toward your goal, the process itself becomes energizing. Every time you see even the smallest piece of progress, you're encouraged to keep going, to keep pushing, and to take the next step. This is why it's so important to get started, no matter how small the step may seem. Once you've begun, you'll find that the act of moving forward gives you the motivation to keep going. The power of continuous effort also lies in the fact that it teaches us the value of perseverance. We all encounter obstacles along the way, but it's the ability to keep going when the road gets tough that makes all the difference. It's easy to give up when things don't go according to plan or when success seems out of reach. But true growth happens when we refuse to stop, when we push past the setbacks and keep taking action, even when the outcome is uncertain. Those who succeed aren't necessarily the ones who never fail, they're the ones who keep going, even after failure. They understand that failure is a part of the process, and they are willing to take continuous action regardless of the challenges they face. In many ways, continuous effort is about developing the discipline to keep working, even when the work feels tedious or the end seems distant. This requires a shift in mindset from focusing solely on the end result to valuing the process itself. Success is not just about achieving a goal, it's about growing through the work, learning from the journey, and improving with every step. When you can find satisfaction in the effort itself, even if the results are not yet visible, you are more likely to maintain the motivation and the energy required to continue. In the end, the process of striving toward a goal is often more valuable than the achievement itself, because it is through the process that we develop the qualities of resilience, determination, and patience Continuous effort also requires adaptability. The path to success is rarely a straight line. It's full of twists, turns, and unexpected challenges. The ability to stay committed to your goals while being flexible in how you approach them is a critical aspect of long-term success. You may encounter obstacles that force you to pivot, reassess your strategy, or change your approach. This is where continuous effort really comes into play. It's about being able to adjust when things don't go as planned, but still continuing to move forward. The world is constantly changing, and so are the circumstances in which we operate. Being able to stay committed to your vision while adjusting your efforts as necessary will keep you moving in the right direction, even when things are unpredictable. Taking continuous action also means being willing to learn and grow along the way. The journey to success is full of lessons, and every action you take, whether it's successful or not, is an opportunity to learn. When you make a mistake or experience failure, it's not a reason to quit, it's an opportunity to reflect, to adjust, and to grow. Every time you take action, you gain more experience, more insight, and more clarity about what works and what doesn't. This continuous learning process is vital to staying on track. Without action, you would never gain the experience needed to refine your approach, to improve your skills, or to move closer to your goal. The importance of continuous effort can be seen in every field and industry. The great achievements we admire, whether in sports, business, art, or science, all stem from the relentless pursuit of a goal through consistent, deliberate action. Every great success story is the result of years of continuous effort. It's easy to look at someone who has achieved remarkable things and think that they were just lucky or that they had some sort of advantage. But the truth is, what often appears as overnight success is actually the result of years of hard work, dedication, and action behind the scenes. These individuals did not give up when they faced challenges or when success was slow to come. They understood the value of continuous effort, and they stayed committed to their goals, no matter how long it took. In your own life, continuous effort is what will determine whether or not you reach your goals. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't happen quickly or when obstacles arise. But if you keep going, even when progress seems slow, you'll eventually start to see the results of your effort. Success is not about immediate gratification, it's about the long game. It's about putting in the work day after day and trusting that every step you take is bringing you closer to where you want to be. The beauty of continuous effort is that it is within your control. You can control your actions, your effort, and your commitment to the process. No one else can do it for you. The road to success is long, but it is always possible as long as you are willing to put in the effort. Every day is a new opportunity to take a step toward your goals. Whether it's waking up early to work on your dreams, staying late to finish a project, or persevering through difficulties, your consistent effort is what will get you to where you want to go. There is no substitute for hard work and no shortcut to success. It's all about the effort you put in today and the actions you take now that will shape the future you create. In the end, continuous effort and action are the pillars of all achievement. They are the habits, the disciplines, and the mindsets that turn dreams into reality. No matter how big or small your goals may be, the key to success is taking continuous action. Keep moving forward even when the results aren't immediate. Keep taking steps even when the path is unclear. Because with every action, with every effort, you are building momentum, growing stronger, and getting closer to your goals. Persistence is one of the most powerful forces in achieving any meaningful goal. It is the inner strength that keeps you moving forward when the road becomes difficult, the courage to continue when all you feel is doubt, and the unwavering belief that despite obstacles and setbacks, success is still possible. When you think about anyone who has achieved great things in their life, you will find that persistence is a common thread in all their stories. Whether in business, sports, art, or personal development, the ability to persist in the face of adversity separates those who ultimately succeed from those who give up along the way. Persistence is not about avoiding failure or seeking perfection. It's about having the determination to keep going even when things are tough. It's about resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks, and the refusal to quit when the going gets tough. Everyone will face challenges on their journey, and no one is immune to failure. But it is how we respond to these challenges that defines us. When life knocks us down, persistence is what allows us to get back up, dust ourselves off, and keep moving forward. It is the fuel that keeps the engine running when everything else seems to be working against us. The power of persistence lies in its ability to build momentum. At first, when you begin any new endeavor, the task may seem daunting, the goal may feel far out of reach, and the effort required might appear overwhelming. But persistence, especially when combined with consistent effort, gradually builds momentum. At first, the progress may feel slow, the results hard to see, and the obstacles too great. But as you continue, as you refuse to give up, you begin to gain speed. You start to learn from your mistakes, and things start to click. Each step forward, no matter how small, contributes to the larger picture. Every time you choose persistence over quitting, you are building the momentum needed to move you closer to your goal. Over time, the continuous effort, no matter how seemingly insignificant, begins to accumulate, and eventually, you will look back and see just how far you've come.